Hello and warm welcome to our guest from the Kyoto University for Advanced Sciences, Kiyoshi Takeda. Hello, Mr. Takeda.
Thank you very much, Yana. Добрый день, everybody. My name is Kiyoshi Takeda. I work as the Director of International Admissions Office of Kyoto University of Advanced Science in Japan. Today, okay, Yana.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you're welcome to share your presentation.
Sure.
If you're ready.
Yes, it's ready. Okay. Hi everyone. Once again, my name is Takeda. I'm really pleased to talk about our exciting engineering program, business program, environmental science programs today for undergraduate levels. And today let me just get down to why Japan. Why Japan? Why is a good choice, for college in Japan? Well, so first of all, I'd like to talk about really beautiful engineering building, beautiful hotels that is located in Sofia. As you might have noticed that hotel, Marinella Sofia Hotels, is actually designed, constructed by the very famous architecture, Mr. Kishio Kurokawa. You may be surprised that that hotel looks very brand new and very modern, but actually it was constructed back in 1974. This is a sort of a very symbolic building of the embodiment of architecture, Japanese modern architecture. And my point is, if you come to Japan, then you can learn all these modern strategies and modern techniques that helps you or helps you achieve good skills in every field of academics. And let me also talk about our car automakers and Japanese automakers. Actually, there are 6 out of world's brands, 10 brands, largest car brands, and existed in Japan. You have maybe your parents who drive a Toyota, maybe a Honda, maybe a Nissan. All these brands are Japanese brands. And if you come to Japan and enrolling on engineering programs, you can learn all these techniques, strategies to develop such great cars in the world. And also our Japanese cartoons, anime, cosplays, all these are Japanese brands. And I'm sure you understand all these come from our Japanese culture. Okay, let me proceed. And when it comes to economy, Japanese economies are much larger than our UK, France. If you take a look at charts, and the Japanese economies are much larger than the UK and France. You may think that the UK and France is a large economy in the world, but actually Japanese economy is much larger than those of UK, France. And also, if you compare Japan to China, when it comes to GDP per capita means per head, per person. Also, Japanese GDP per capita is 3 times bigger than China. And yes, everybody knows about India, but if you take a look at this chart, Japan needs a GDP per capita far larger than that of India. Yeah, so
Okay.
do you have any questions?
I think if the audience has questions, they will ask in the chat or type them in the chat. Now, could you please tell us why exactly Kyoto?
Sure. So, yes, Kyoto is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, not only in Japan, but actually throughout the world. As if you take a look at our slides, and you can see, if you come to Japan, if you come to Kyoto, you can see all these beautiful shrines, temples, castles, and literally on a regular basis. You may be surprised. And because it's only because Kyoto has a history that is longer than 1,000 years. And so Kyoto has a lot to offer to international students. Not only traditional aspects, Kyoto has a lot to offer in the modern cultures like anime and mangas. And in fact, there is a huge manga museums in Kyoto. If you come to Kyoto on the weekends, for example, you can spend a whole day indulging yourself in reading these beautiful comic books and animes there.
But Kyoto is not only culture, Kyoto is also industry, right? Can you tell us more about the companies that are based in Kyoto?
Sure. Let me ask everybody, have you heard about Nintendo or Pokemon, Animal Crossing?
I'm sure they have.
Sure. Yeah. So, but did you know that the company called Nintendo that produced the Pokemon Animal Crossing headquartered in Kyoto? Probably no. But this is let me emphasize that this is the best examples that Kyoto is the hub of technology firms are in Japan. So, if you are probably you are concerned about the job prospect after graduation. The best example, Nintendo, and so not only Nintendo, but there, as you can see here, there are so many world-class, first-class companies that headquartered in Kyoto. So so means that you're gonna have a good job prospects in Kyoto because there are so many world-class companies there.
Okay, thank you. But why would someone choose your university?
Sure. So if you take a look at the slide, you can see the logo of NIDEC, NIDEC, on the top middle. So NIDEC is actually the world's largest motor companies in the world, and which is also headquartered in Kyoto. And also, let me emphasize that the chairman of NIDEC is decided to launch these engineering programs at KUAS for the benefits of international students. Millions and millions, he spent millions and millions of dollars just to launch these exciting engineering programs for international students at KUAS.
So your university, and especially the engineering program, is the brainchild of the manager, the founder of NIDEC.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Could you tell us more about your university, please? Sure.
So KUAS started in 1969, 54 years ago. It's really important for you to know that the KUAS, the Japanese central government accredited private universities. It means that any degree that you earn as a student with us at KUAS can be converted to any institutions, any university, any colleges throughout the world for more advanced coursework like master's, PhD with no problems. So it's located in Kyoto Prefecture. It has 3,600 students. It offers programs at 5 faculties. And we do have international applications from approximately 60 different countries every year, including Bulgaria. And when it comes to a visa visa track record, so now we KUAS really are proud to have 100% to students visa approval rate so far. And also, like I said, I understand your main concerns about college is the job prospects, job placement rates, and after graduation. If you take a look at this slide, and yes, KUAS is really proud to have such a great record as a 90% of job placement rates for current students after graduation.
That's
And
good.
and also, if you take a look at the map, Japan at the bottom of at the bottom right-hand side, we are so proud to have one undergraduate Bulgarian student who enrolled on our program. He's become already a third-year student over our program.
Okay. Is he a student in the engineering program?
Yes, he's currently on our engineering programs, and he's the third-year student, and he really enjoyed every aspect of our engineering program.
Could you tell us more about the engineering program, please?
Sure. So in a nutshell, our program is a multidisciplinary engineering programs where you can learn computer sciences. I'll talk about it later in details. And also our programs at the bottom, as you can see at the bottom, so our programs are really practical. And our main goal is to develop street smart global engineers rather than engineer who knows about the books, who only reads the technique, or only understands the technique, the theoretical aspects from reading books.
So it's more practical than theoretical.
Definitely.
Okay.
So I was about to talk about this, and our program is really unique in a sense that you can learn as a student computing and data processing and mechanical engineering and electrical engineering on the same program in one big package at the same time. That really sets us apart, sets KUAS apart from other traditional engineering schools. And a lot of students who decided to come to KUAS and chose KUAS because of this unique curriculum. US students also are really like this unique aspect of our program. So there are always how many students? Probably more than 10 students every year who come from the United States because of this reason. Okay, so let me see. And you may be wondering about, so what kind of engineer can I be? Can I become after graduation? So to make a long story short, the techniques and the technology that you learn from us, you can become engineers who can develop like drones, who can develop modern drones that maybe has an AI sensors inside. And also maybe you can become developers, engineers, mechanical engineers that can design emergency robots that has emergency kits inside of the robots. And without actually with or auto control rather than a manual control. And as in the bottom, you can of course you can have techniques and you can have techniques, knowledge, practical skills that you can help you to develop software programs. That, for example, that let you understand that when is the best time for you to go to bed. And when to let you understand when is the best time for you to wake up. So yeah, so of course you can develop all these technology into each one of the machines. Maybe you can develop software programs that can develop into designing drones. maybe imagine you can develop your software programs that you can put them into your emergency robot. So that's how you can learn through the multidisciplinary engineering program, where you can learn again computer sciences, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering at the same time in one big package.
Okay, and how does a weekly schedule look like for an engineering student?
Sure. So this is just an example, or let me see. This is just an example of the weekly schedule. As you can see, our for the first semester means that first half of your first years, you can learn a lot of physics, math, and also Japanese languages. Also, Japanese language. Sorry, language.
So you actually provide an opportunity for students to learn Japanese alongside the program, and
Yes.
can they reach the N2 level by the end of the fourth year? Is it possible?
Yes, possible, because like you said, it's going to be a mandatory to learn the Japanese language, because we are so we wanted to we are really willing to offer an opportunity for students to learn the Japanese language for good job prospects with the Japanese companies after graduation.
Yeah, just a clarification for our audience. N2 is the level that you need to be able to apply for a job in Japan. So apparently, this university provides the opportunity to learn Japanese well enough to be able to apply for a job and stay on in Japan. Okay. Okay, capstone project. That's a very interesting one. Could you tell us more about this? What is it like?
So the capstone project may sound like a small project, maybe for 2 weeks, but actually capstone project is the internship program, unique internship opportunities that is already that has been incorporated in our regular engineering curriculum, and that will last, or you may be surprised, for 2 years, not just 2 months, just 2 weeks, for 2 years. So to make a long story short, even on our regular engineering curriculum, as a student, you have great opportunities to work closely with current engineers who work in the industry right now. And you have a problem statement from them, and you as a student, our students, you are supposed to work on developing your own solutions to their problems, to the industrial issues. So over 2 years, you'll be trained to become like a real industry engineers, and the real world engineers, while in college, still in college. And that's how our programs train you to become necessary to become capable engineers, and even before you graduation.
That's one way of providing practical experience to the students. What about internships? Are there other internship opportunities?
Sure. So if you are still interested in doing this internship separately, yes, there are tremendous, fantastic internship programs available for international students. If you are interested, you can go to a US and Singapore, Holland, Thailand by taking advantage of our university's worldwide networks with the industries throughout the world.
Sounds great. Okay, so we've heard quite a bit about the engineering program, but what about the other programs that you offer?
Okay, so by building on the big success of our engineering programs, and we have decided to launch 2 more international programs. One is Bioenvironmental Sciences, short biosciences programs, where you can learn ecosystems, environmental analysis, resource recycling, cells, genes, organic chemistry, And if you are students now who are really concerned about environmental protections or DNA engineering and how to increase, wondering about how to increase the food crop, food crops in developing countries, and this is the programs that you may be interested in applying for.
So the knowledges of the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And also, I have to mention that these programs also incorporate in industrial collaboration aspects, and it's where your students can learn practical knowledge skills straight directly from the current engineers, current bioscience technicians.
Okay. What about the other program?
Sure. Here you go. Global business and economics. If you are interested in business aspects in Japan, this is the programs that you may be wondering, you may be interested in applying for. On this program, you can learn practical or aspects under the guidance of business leaders, current business leaders, and are also KUAS by taking advantage of a partnership with KUAS partnership with the companies. You can develop analytical business skills and on this program, and by learning all these practical business skills, you may be interested in developing your own companies. So you can enhance, you can learn how to be entrepreneurs in conjuncture with learning economics and fundamentals.
Okay, thank you. And what are the entry requirements for the 3 programs?
Sure. So for the faculty of engineering, you need to have learned mathematics and physics. Both are minimum requirements. But when it comes to bioenvironmental sciences, we require you to have learned chemistry or biology in high school, high schools. And the business and for the business programs, you need to have learned mathematics or economics.
Okay, and I can see that the requirement for the English proficiency is at the B2 level, IELTS 5.5 or TOEFL 75. Okay, so what are the application documents?
Sure. So application documents are straightforward. Any requirement, typical documents required by any institutions throughout the world. Number 1, application essay. Number 2, only for the faculty of bioenvironmental sciences, and you also need to write an extra essay. And number 3 are Matura or A-level IB results. These are the mandatory for our engineering, but optional for bio and the business. So it means that even without taking the Matura, you would be completely eligible to apply for our bio and business, again, with no Matura results.
Okay.
So number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7 are pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Okay. So why do you want Matura or other test scores?
Sure. So let me just in a nutshell, if you submit your Matura results or A-level result, IB result, or SAT exams results, it will help you strengthen your candidacy for our programs, means that for admission and a scholarship. So let me just explain a little bit here. And if you just happen to be, let's say, A-level international baccalaureate and programs, you can use your predicted results also in order to apply for programs. And but still, if you are willing to take like SAT, ACT exams, and it will also work really better. I mean, it really works well because it will helps you or strengthen your candidacy in addition our SAT with an ACT, ACT scores in addition to, or let's say Matura, in addition to A-level and IB.
Okay. And what are the criteria for the scholarship and for admission itself?
So we are take a look at the closer overall strong GPA for admission and scholarship, and a good also good another element is a good track records in required subjects by each program. Good Matura, IB, A level, and SAT, ACT scores are gonna be a great addition. And also, or we take a look at how you write essays and interview performance online and with our professors, and all these are elements that we take it into consideration when it comes to admission result, admission decisions and scholarship decisions.
Okay.
And application timelines, there are three multiple windows every year. One is early entry that will start in October. The other one, another one is regular entry that will start December every year. And the final entry, in February February. So all these three multiple windows goes to the September intake next year.
Okay, and wow, what are the tuition fees? It all
Yeah,
sounds very good, but what do people have to pay to study with you?
Yeah, I understand. I understand the university in Germany and the Netherlands, Belgium. All these are universities that usually don't require any payment of tuitions. But our university is, if you remember, our university quality, education quality is really high. And really high, actually among the highest standards by world standards. So that's why we also require the students to make a payments for tuitions to cover your good learning highest standards in Japan.
Okay, are there scholarships?
Yes. So scholarships, and the good news, probably the best news for you is that we do have great scholarships available. One is super top scholarships. It's 100% tuition reductions, and in addition to monthly stipends and equivalent to 600 euros. And also our 100% scholarship, tuition reduction, 50% tuition reduction. If you remember, then there is a criteria for scholarships. So we take a holistic reviewing process to make a decision for your scholarship.
Okay. What about accommodation?
Sure, accommodations.
Yeah.
Yeah, accommodation. If you take a look at these slides, that really are brand new and decent and very hygienic, and I hope you love it. I mean, I bet you like it, and well, it will only are 470 euros only. I should say only. I don't think you can find this quality accommodation in Europe at this price level.
At this price, usually you can find some really old and not very well kept dormitory rooms. Usually, the kind of accommodation that you offer would be upwards of 600 euro in, let's say, in Vienna or Amsterdam. So yeah, your accommodation looks really good. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So just let me just talk about the social aspects of our universities, and there are a lot of opportunities for you or to find very interesting and very fun. There is a great entrance ceremony to welcome new students, as you can see in the photos from here. And also there are a lot of orientation programs that let you or understands the structure of our programs, curriculums, and Also, fun on a more fun side, there are a lot of international students organize the parties, Halloween parties and winter gala, and there is also upperclassmen and lowerclassmen and our classmen and orientation and body programs that where you can have you can ask a lot of questions about the students' life and students' life. I could also even academic life in the at KUAS too, or your or senior students.
Okay, okay. Could you tell us more about student life?
Sure. So, like I said, there are so many club activities going on. International basketball team, international student or sorry, orchestra team, and there are so many students activities going on at KUS and actively.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So
So
these are your contact details.
sure.
If members of our audience would like to learn more about your university, they're welcome to take a picture of your QR code and go to your website.
Sure.
Otherwise, Atlanta is here for you to help you apply for QAS. And now, thank you for your presentation, Kiyoshi. Now we are ready to answer questions. Обръщам на български. В чата има въпрос. Здравейте, извинете, че връщам назад, но не можах да разбера дали се търси конкретен резултат от матурите или просто трябва да държим матура по съответните предмети спрямо програмата. Okay, so I'm going to translate this question because I'm afraid I cannot answer it myself. The person is asking if there is a requirement for a specific result from the maturas, or maturas just have to be passed with a passing grade. Are there specific results from the matura that you're looking for according to the program? Okay.
Yeah, that is a great question. So we don't. Our good news is that we don't set up any cutoff scores in Matura. So whatever you have, whatever scores you may have, you'll be eligible to apply for a program, because KUAS is going to take a look at your every single or different aspect of your academic work. By looking into your Matura, by looking into your GPA, by looking into your interview performance if you are requested. Also, by taking into considerations the way you write about KUAS, and also recommendation letters and very important aspects that let us understand how you perform during your high schools. So all these are different different components in your application essays will be taken into consideration.
Okay, so you basically take a holistic approach. You want to see every aspect.
Exactly.
What about the kind of what is your ideal student? What kind of person are you looking for?
If you remember, our program is really practical. A lot of times you will find yourselves working in a team with your classmates, with the teachers and academic instructors. So you really are needed to be very proactive rather than reactive.
Това е от университета ми.
Надежда, бихте ли се мютнали? Okay, thank you. So going back to the requirements for the programs, the same girl who asked the first question is asking if you would take into consideration additional exams or certificates that she may have passed outside of school. So let's say there are schools that private schools, private teaching centers that offer additional classes in math or physics. or biology or chemistry. So would certificates from this kind of centers outside of school be considered?
Okay, so if you are such a situation, I'd highly recommend you to take an SAT. SAT, because the SAT is the one of the very strong tools that can be recognized throughout the world, for professors and international admissions office. So if you have a good records in SAT, that's going to be your universal recognition recognition of your academic records.
Okay, so you wouldn't necessarily recognize a certificate from a Bulgarian private teaching center, but you would recognize the internationally renowned SAT or ACT standardized.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you. Now another question is from Todor, a boy in the 11th grade, who says that he has his profile subjects at school are mathematics, English, and information technology. He's asking if he needs to have a profile in physics for the engineering program, or physics up until the 10th grade is enough.
That is a great question. And if you want to go for engineering program, you need to show us that you have learned physics 11th and 12th.
Okay, so if he's not taking physics in the 11th and 12th grade, then he probably needs to take a standardized test to prove that his knowledge in physics is good enough.
Yeah, good enough. But hopefully he can have a chance to learn at school physics and math during 11 and 12.
That's the thing that he's saying that he's not learning physics in the 11th and 12th grade. He only has mathematics and information technology and English as his profile subjects. So the question is, I'm guessing that he's asking, how can he compensate for the lack of physics in the 11th and 12th grade?
That is a great question. So so to prove so first thing that he has to do is to send us his question about the track records up until 10th grade about physics. And we will see. We looking into details of his track records in physics up until 10th grade, and so we can decide that actually he's to see if he's actually eligible to apply for our programs. So make sure. My advice, he can make sure he needs to make sure that he can send his score. Track records and transcripts. About physics in advance, and so that he might have a clearance over his records.
Okay, so as far as I understand, in order for you to admit him to the application process, if he doesn't have physics in the last 2 years, he first needs to send you the transcript up until the 10th grade that shows how much physics and what kind of grades he had in physics, so that you can give him clearance to start the application process. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So he might, by sending his transcript up to 10th grade about physics, and he might get a clearance. But he might not get clearance. It all depends on the individual screening process that KUAS has set up for these students.
Okay, so another question about physics. I don't know how it is in Japan, but here in Bulgaria, we have centrally organized competitions, national competitions, regional competitions in all different subjects, including in physics. So the question is, would prizes, awards from physics competitions, regional or national competitions, would they be considered as proof of good knowledge in physics? Would they compensate if the student hasn't studied physics in the 11th and 12th grade?
Yes, very good. So once again, it's really important for you to send to show us your academic track records in your high schools about your physics and physics during the 11th, 12th grade.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
I'm guessing the question here is, would certificates of award from this kind of national or regional competitions in physics provide extra points apart from the school record?
Okay. So I take that questions, and as long as I understand that he has already taken the physics during high schools. But in addition to that, would his competition awards
yes.
be counted toward admission or scholarship? Is that how? Okay. Yes. My answer is yes. Yes. With the yes, definitely your competition awards in physics and math, world champions, world mathematical championships, things like that. Definitely, it would be counted toward your scholarship and also admission.
Okay, thank you. So to summarize, it seems that apart from your school records, awards from Olympiads, the so-called Olympiads, which are national or regional competitions in physics, would bring you extra points. Okay, so another question about the English language certificates. We said that level B2 is enough. So the question is C1 for Cambridge recognized?
So we only probably okay. Let me clarify that we only accept the TOEFL IBT scores or Duolingo tests or IELTS.
So no Cambridge?
No Cambridge, unfortunately.
Okay, so in that case, I'm guessing that the person will have to sit another exam, in another certificate, probably IELTS or a TOEFL, because you don't take Cambridge.
Yeah, we don't take Cambridge. But good news in the Duolingo, we accept the Duolingo test. Duolingo test may not be so familiar to Bulgarian students, but they're actually very convenient online testing tools. You only spend 60 minutes and sitting in a chair and taking exams, and you can have the test results on the next day. Very convenient, very fast, and very accurate. And
yeah.
So unlike IELTS, unlike TOEFL IBT, you don't have to book your space, for the test, and maybe 3 months in advance. And it's not like that. And Duolingo is a really convenient tool.
Okay, so Цвети, на български ще го кажа, не се притеснявайте, че Кембридж не го признават в този университет. Просто можете, ако не ви се явява на IELTS или на TOEFL, просто можете да издържите едно Duolingo в къщи. На следващия ден ще имате резултат. Няма нужда от специална подготовка за това Duolingo. Много е лесен теста. В този университет го признават, така че ако не ви се дават пари за IELTS или TOEFL и съответно специална подготовка, да прекарвате време за специална подготовка за тези изпитни формати, Duolingo е много добър вариант. Okay, so I just summarized your answer in Bulgarian. Okay, I was wondering what kind of jobs would graduates of your bioenvironmental programs and business program hope for in the future? It's clear that the engineering program produces engineers, but what are the job prospects for graduates of the other two programs?
Okay. So bioscience, when it comes to a job prospect with job or with our bioscience programs, actually there are vast fields of job fields. For example, then if you are really interested in let's say the food productions, then you may be interested in exploring a job opportunity with agricultural cooperative society. And also, if you are interested in your lab work, let's say if you're interested in engineering DNA, definitely you'll be looking for a job opportunity with chemical companies, right? And so vast of possibilities available when it's come to job prospects and with the job for bioenvironmental or graduates. On the other hand, the business fields, yes, so wherever you go, you need to encounters of food, restaurants, and hotels, and also our retail stores and online stores. These are the just great job prospects available for potentially available for business graduates. So no worries about it.
Yeah, basically you're preparing the experts for the future who have the necessary knowledge and skills to deal with the challenges of future life. So we have one more question, and again about physics. So this person has studied physics only until the 10th grade. Okay, so the question is, the student is studying at a mathematics high school, but he has only studied physics until the 10th grade. So would he also need to send you his transcript up until 10th grade to show you that he had good records, good results in physics, so that you give him clearance? Is the fact that he studies at a mathematics high school, does that bring him extra points, or he still has to ask for clearance because he doesn't have physics in the last 2 years?
So in terms so in his case, and I'd highly urge him to attend his track records, academic records about the physics up to 10th grade as quickly as possible, so that he can be under the individual screening process and by KUAS international admissions.
Okay, so basically, even if you come from a mathematics high school, if you don't study physics in the last 2 years of high school, you need to send them your track record, your transcripts up until the 10th grade to show them that your grades in physics were good, and this way you have a better chance to be admitted to the admission admission process. Okay.
Well, yeah, you understand. So conversely, let me allow me to ask questions.
Okay.
So since I understand that since he goes to a mathematical or special schools, why not he be interested in applying for business programs and that requires only mathematics with no physics?
The problem is that in Bulgarian high schools, you have to choose profile subjects, and these are sometimes limited. The choice is sometimes limited. You can't always choose physics. You can't always choose chemistry or biology because the school limits you. The school says you can choose from this, this, and this. And it's a mathematics high school. Obviously, he can choose mathematics, but if the school doesn't offer physics, he can't choose it for the last 2 years. So,
okay. So well, still, good news. I mean, it's good to know that he is specializing in math, correct? Math. Then he'll be completely eligible to apply for our business programs with his special strength in the
Okay.
fields of math.
Okay.
Why does he want to go to engineering schools?
Because he wants to be an engineer.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. Thank you very much for the engaging presentation and discussion. We look forward to working with you in the future, and thank you to the audience. Сега обръщам на български. Много ви благодаря за участието в нашия вебинар. Ще се радваме да бъдем от помощ, ако решите да кандидатствате за някои от програмите, предлагана от Kyoto University for Advanced Sciences. И сега давам думата на нашето техническо лице Деси.
Thank you very much, Mr. Takeda. Благодаря ти, Янче, за презентацията и за цялата информация, която даде на нашите участници. Ако има допълнителни въпроси, можете да си запишете съответно безплатна консултация и изпращам линка с контактите в чата. Можете да ни се обадите, съответно да дойдете на консултация в офис с предварително записване и да получите още информация от Яна и колегите, които работят с програмите в Япония.
Появи се още един въпрос. So there is one more question in the last minute. So the person is asking, if I change my profile subjects from English to physics, and I have only had physics in the 12th grade without the 11th grade, will that be enough to qualify for the engineering program? So 12th grade, no 11th grade.
Okay. He would be qualified. He would be qualified. He would be qualified to apply for a program.
Okay.
But again, so if I'm not mistaken, he only learn physics in the 10th
Until the
and
10th?
12th and 10th and the 12th.
Yeah.
And 12th seems to be a bit irregular. A bit unstable on his fundamental understanding of the nature of physics, and so he also wants to make sure. I guess he wants to make sure that he also wants to send us his track record first, and so that he can clarify that clear idea that if actually he's eligible to apply for a program.
Okay, so in that case, he also needs to send you his track record up until the 10th grade plus the 12th grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, understood. Thank you once again. It was great having you, and hope to see you in the future. Благодаря още веднъж на посетителите на нашия вебинар. So there is one more question. Let me see.
Ще изпратим запис на вебинарите, ако сте се записали. Имам вашите контакти. Ще ни отнеме малко време, но ще получите записи на всички вебинари.
Благодарим още веднъж и се надяваме да ви бъдем от помощ в бъдеще. Лек ден ви желая.
Благодарности от мен. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Takeda-san.
Hi. Thank you. Ciao, everyone. Ciao.
Ciao. Have a nice day. Хубав ден на всички. До скоро.
Хубав ден.